वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपा बुद्धिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone in the study of Nectar of Instruction. So today we'll continue with text 7. Previously we read text 7 translation purport, but perhaps we couldn't manage to discuss further. So today we'll try to discuss a bit further. And we can never manage actually to discuss to our heart's content. Hmm? Krishna consciousness, any nectar of instructions, or call it Bhagavad Gita, the foundational or the teachings of Krishna consciousness is all primarily on the foundation of Bhagavad Gita, teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And we can never relish or discuss this to our heart's content. So we always will have to comfort ourselves, we'll have to solace ourselves, comfort ourselves. Okay, this is much, and we move on to next. We move on, we continue. So, and these instructions, they are called a nectar of instructions for a proper, genuine, valid reason. Such nectar written 500 years ago. Yeah, 500 or 480 somewhat these many years ago. In Vrindavan, Sri Dham Vrindavan, presently present in the say political state called as Uttar Pradesh in India, presently present there. Srila Rupa Goswami and Prabhupada, who propagated the message of Mahaprabhu in the Western world and Eastern world as well. Everything is coming from these teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami, from this nectar of instruction. And as we have been discussing, see, Krishna consciousness, call it Krishna consciousness or call it life in general. Call it life in general. Now, I don't think so. Anyone could be, someone could be theist or atheist, theist or atheist, but we all follow some sort of instructions in life. It doesn't matter. We could be atheist or theist. And these instructions, these nectar of instructions, what we have discussed so far and what we'll be discussing or continue discussing, anyone again be atheist or theist, will follow, does follow, or these instructions will help someone or anyone in whatever they are doing, studying, working, job, sports, in whatever activities one is engaged in. And the text 8 is like we discussed a little bit before, maybe a bit of my personal thing, and I think text 4 is something which is very close to my heart. Text 4 is tremendous instruction in there. Text 8 is also something which I is very close to my heart. So when we come to studying text 8, by the blessings of Vaishnavas, hopefully we bring our heart out into it. And text 9, 10, 11, they are of a different category altogether. So today we'll try to see how much we can discuss, study text 7, and then tomorrow we'll go into text 8, or let's say tomorrow we go into text 8. But text 8 is where the culmination and say of cream of all instructions. And see, one question could be checked, na? Srila Rupa Goswami, the author who wrote this book, a question maybe for all of us, please. Uh, he wrote it, okay, he wrote it with his hands, but did he write it with his mind, with his intelligence, or say with his heart, or with his desire thought? What did he write with? Lord Krishna spoke to Arjuna the message of Bhagavad Gita in a battlefield. Now, Krishna, did he speak with his intellect, with his mind, with his intelligence, with his ego, or with his heart. Any thoughts, comments? If someone can unmute and speak, maybe that's nice a bit, say, or if someone in person can speak or message or Kartike says he wrote from his soul. So these messages, the teachings of Krishna consciousness, it's uh, it's centered at the heart. In our functioning in our life as well, na, heart is at the center. And heart meaning what? Certainly not this lump of matter, physical lump of matter. Not that, not like medical science says, na, heart is the size of a fist and the position of the heart where it is located. Heart meaning where our, say, absorption, where our attachment, where our desires, and where our focus and everything is centered. That sort of thing. So he definitely wrote it with his heart or say with his soul all together. Complete focus, concentration. Blessed are those who have found absorption in life. Blessed are those who have an absorption in life. Now, absorption or consumption, consumed by something, absorbed by something, or obsessed by something. Now, the consumption or absorption or obsession could be towards, say, intoxication in the form of drugs, alcohol, or could be towards community work. But whatever the obsession be, when the person is obsessed, he's at least that time he's happy. When he's truly into it, very concentrated, very obsessed, and when he's in contact. And in Krishna consciousness, also we aspire for that deep absorption, that attachment, that concentration, that obsession one day. And these are these instructions which will help us definitely to find our absorption in life general. Not necessarily religious settings or like that, or even spiritual setting. In life general, these instructions will definitely help us excel in life. Krishna consciousness means what? A path of excellence, growing and growing further and further, no limits to it. No boundaries, and such instructions will keep us in the healthy state of mind, good attitude, and we ever keep on excelling. So with this hope, mood, prayer, aspiration, crying, yearning, longing, desire, Srila Rupa Goswami, he gave his heart out, nectar of instructions and all the teachings and writings. Our acharyas, saints, teachers, they are giving their heart and soul out. And we should at least try to acknowledge nicely, that is sure to begin with, appreciate good, admirers good, then one day we sincerely follow it as well, and we give our heart and soul into it. The more we'll give, the more we'll find that the less we are giving. And we would want to give more and more, more and more. So with this again, mood, yearning, prayer, desire, longing, say crying, we continue our study of Nectar of Instruction and we see this. So text 7, we'll read just the translation as we read the purport before, and we'll try to see a bit more. And maybe I can ask Mahashri to read just the translation. It should be coming in the screen anytime. So Mahashri, if you would be okay to, or maybe Gabor, if you can read the translation, just it should be coming on the screen. And स्यात् कृष्णनामचरितादिसितापविद्या पीतोपतप्तरसनस्य नरोचिकानो किन्तु अदारादनुदिनं खलु सेवजुष्टा स्वाद्विक्रमाद् भवति तद्गतमूलहन्त्री.
The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance cannot taste anything sweet. It is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root.
Yeah, thank you. Beautiful translation. Purport we write again, so maybe we'll leave the purport. A natural relish awakens within his heart, within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. Again, this our problem in life is at the center or at the root only, right? And the solution also has to be at the center. Solution also has to be there at the center, or until and unless we take the solution at the center, na, the root. And this is where Hare Krishna Nam Charitadi. So the holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet. We all have tasted sugar candy in our life, right? Maybe again a question. Where is sugar candy sweet from? No, the sugar candy itself, which portion? Where is it sweet from? Is it sweet from the top, bottom, on the corner, edge, center? Where?
Everywhere.
Everyone.
Yes, it is sweet from everywhere, no? Sugar candy is sweet from everywhere, the top, center, wherever. Likewise, this Krishna consciousness is sweet from everywhere. Now, the japa, the chanting, call it a process, okay? Japa is sweet. Kirtan with musical instruments is very sweet. Then reading, listening, hearing, services, anything in Krishna consciousness, wherein once we have the right mood, once we have the right vision, say, once we have the Krishna conscious mood, Krishna conscious vision, then it is sweet from everywhere. And it is these instructions which help us, which will help us develop this mood, to develop this sweetness, to develop this, experience this sweetness overall in say, in Krishna consciousness. Uh, Now, we all have experienced uh, we all have experienced sweetness in life, sports, movies, shopping in general, isn't it? We all have experienced this. But one thing we perhaps struggle with is a sustainable level of that sweetness, a sustainable level of, uh, like, what are the, again a question, sorry, huh? What are the things in society that make us happy? What is it that makes us happy? If someone wants to share personally, what is it that makes you happy? Or at the society level, what do you think? What are the things that make people happy? Maybe cinema, can we say? Movies make someone happy. Maybe shopping, music, sports, going for a walk, picnic, holiday, books, reading books, very nice. What did you say, Pip? Family, friends, books, all this, night outs. A bit of drinking, pubs, and clubs, of course. No? Now, what were you saying, Nikki? Cooking, very nice. Yeah. Uh, nah, as long as it makes you happy, people say. Especially in Europe, maybe in other parts as well, could be saying in Hungary or maybe place like Germany. People may say like that in Germany, don't know, just saying. Uh, but in UK, certainly devotees go out distributing books and in general have this experience at work and all. Or you practice Krishna consciousness, great, as long as it makes you happy, as long as it makes you happy, good for you. Then could a question be raised? Okay, there are things which make us happy, but what is it that keeps us happy? Making happy is one thing, keeping us happy. What is it that keeps us happy throughout? That maybe don't know if cinema, friends, family, holiday, travel, is it night outs which keep us happy? Uh, Maybe is it a bit of alcohol, a bit of clubbing, maybe is it books maybe that keep us happy? And this is where human life, now we should inquire at least this much. And we all get some, in our life, again, doesn't matter one may be practicing any form of spirituality or nothing. But I feel confident growing up, we all come across some phases in our life, some junctures, could be small events or could be long period, wherein we question a bit, wherein we check a bit. And it's a great thing. It's a great sign of intelligence if someone is questioning life or into the meaning of life, into the depth of life to whatever degree, but if someone is questioning. So if we question ourselves that what is it that really makes me happy and what is it that keeps me happy, how to be ever happy, say. Huh? And if we do not live in forgetfulness or if we do not live in, say, illusion, many times people, they get some life and death questions in their life in school, college, uni studies and all. But very soon, like how long does lightning last? Not long, no? What, like maybe an hour or so? No, a moment or two, no? Lightning. And what happens next time? Where it came from, where it went, we don't even know. Likewise, likewise, this some life-oriented, life-death-oriented thought, it comes, but the next time we get bewildered. Check it out if this happens. Next time we get bewildered, we get a bit sidetracked, and where? TikTok, maybe, maybe. TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or some other things. Now, some friends, okay, you ask any life that question, okay, stop this, let's watch football. Stop this, let's go shopping. Everything fine with you, not fine with you, something. And here, Srila Rupa Goswami is advising us, telling us what is the way to be. Society knows, okay, the way to be happy music and all these things. But Rupa Goswami telling us what is the way to be sustainably happy, to be continuously happy, to be ever happy, to keep always happy. Say so that Syat Krishna Nam Charitadi Sitapa Vidya. Vidya is ignorance. Sitapa Vidya is like jaundice. Jaundice, na. Um, there's a saying in English. If someone knows, then kindly complete it. Everything looks yellow. Anuja knows, and maybe Karthike would know. Anyone knows? Everything looks yellow. Anuja or Karthik? Hmm?
Not sure if it is to a diseased person.
Everything looks yellow to a jaundiced eye. I think this is how it goes. Can check someone. Everything looks yellow to a jaundiced eye, na? Meaning, someone jaundiced eye, everything, yeah, it's a fact also. Everything looks yellow. And see, we are what our consciousness allows us to be. We are a product of our consciousness. And what consciousness? The association we live in is the consciousness we develop. It's a fact. The association we live in, as in the attachment we have towards someone or something, is that what we become. Many are so attached to meat eating, or say blood eating or blood drinking. Now, can be said, no? Meat eating, is it any different from drinking blood, no? Sucking someone's blood or eating meat? And it definitely influences one's consciousness. At least Vedic literature say there is a direct link, say, and makes one very passionate and further on and all. So we are definitely a product of our consciousness. And the most important thing that influences our consciousness is the company, the association we keep, the people, say predominantly the people. And now this world has become a global village now. So BBC heavily influences our consciousness, social media and thing. We may not be personally in touch, but then through we get influence, no? See, hearing and seeing from others. So, and this is Rupa Goswami telling us what? The name, character, pastimes, activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet, like sugar candy. So sweet from all over. But because we have been bugged, believe it or not, we have been bugged, hit by this heavy disease of something called as sense enjoyment, something called as sense gratification. In Hindi, in India, people say this and find it annoyingly funny, if I may say. No? Some things are maybe appearing externally funny, but for someone, a sadhaka or someone who is actually a sadhu or devotee, uh, I, uh, it's annoyingly funny. Like, oh, मजा चाहिए ना. Like, oh, no fun, where is fun? And the way the society is laid out in everywhere in English and British society, slightly there's some languages the way society talks in American society, I'm sure, in Indian society, and could well be in say Brazilian society, say Hungarian, or even maybe the German society. No? What the people say something like this, right? Filthy is fun, or filth is fun, filthy is fun, no? Or like that was such a bad party, or uh, anyways wicked party or something. So something has to be a bit dirty to be very funny or lucrative and all. So we have been beaten heavily by this of disease of this sense enjoyment, sense gratification. And there's no wrong, there's no harm in it. This is a great thing we humans possess. You know, the great quality we humans possess. We humans possess some asset, but I feel we do not utilize it nicely. The asset, the most valuable asset we have is what? One of the most valuable asset is to ask question. Questioning is a great asset we have. To ask questions. And we utilize it also. We ask questions. You know, in BBC, there's this your questions answered. And many news channel or many think COVID, your questions answered and sort of thing. But you know, all our questions are centered around where? All our questions are centered around these four items only. What? How to make myself physically more comfortable. So centered around where is food? Where can I get easy food, nice food, tasty food, quick food? Where is food? Where is shelter? Where is protection? Where can I keep myself safeguarded? And there's no wrong in it as such. Where is food? Where is shelter? Where is uh, good sleep? Say, and where is sense enjoyment? Everything centered around it. All our questioning. Do we ever go any deep in our questioning? Generally speaking, I don't think so. And this is Vedic literature say human life is a life of reasoning. No? It begins when we inquire into the reality of life, as in who am I, whose am I, huh? Why is it that I'm wanting to be happy but I struggle to be ever happy or continuously happy? And furthermore, so these are basic questions or basic instincts, something like animalistic instincts. Now, even animals, they look for food, they look for shelter, and they look for sense enjoyment, they look for protection, sleep, and all. What's the big deal? Say, but we have this. We are sense enjoyers. Yes, we are. We are. But Krishna consciousness is helping us what to have a purified sense enjoyment, have a clean, purified level of sense enjoyment, because only that sense enjoyment is sustainable. Only that sense enjoyment is continuous. Only that clean, purified uh, sense enjoyment will keep us happy. That thing. And again, maybe if I stick myself a bit more to the text, so the pastimes, the pastimes of Krishna are transcendently sweet all over. Whatever Krishna does is sweet, tremendously. So when we hear of the pastimes, the name of Krishna, the glories, the qualities of Krishna through devotee, from devotees, then that sweetness we will be attracted to that sweetness, because we all are attracted to happiness, and it is fair. We should be attracted to happiness. We should be attracted to having a sense enjoyment. But this is when we engage in japa, reading, hearing, chanting, in devotional service. Undoubtedly, even not wanting, we will be feeling very much on high level of sense enjoyment, very purified high level of sense enjoyment. You know, devotees go out in streets chanting Hare Krishna on streets and hassling people also, a bit say. And I must say, everyone should take this opportunity to go out on street chanting at least once in their life. Should experience this, and one will experience what? That one is breathing, one is actually living. That's that japa, that street chanting. Now devotees go out, no, street chanting, and many times there's this sort of comment or see this when they see devotees singing and dancing in the streets, chanting Hare Krishna in the streets, that people ask, what do they ask? They say like something, right? Oh, on ecstasy. Hmm? And there's some again a bit of a maybe a European thing, or definitely I think it's a British or English thing. In India, if you tell someone or any Indian, I don't think so he will get to know, or any other person maybe who doesn't get to know, won't get to know what you mean on ecstasy. So, but many times here devotees like once actually, if I share very briefly, we were in Glasgow street chanting, and this was last year, December or November time, winter's time last year. And I lost contact intentionally, deliberately with the street chanting devotee group, because I saw some boys and girls, and I went them to give some books, and I was having some chat with them, and another person seeing me that I'm meeting someone and I've got something and I'm exchanging, and they're giving me some donations, say, for the book and this chanting, he actually approached me, and um, funnily, it was strange for me. I was like telling him books or something. I thought he wants some books, and he approached me and he said, "Have you got some drugs?" So he was asking me for drugs, and he was giving me say money, or he was telling me something that I told him that I've got the drugs. Of course, I've got the drugs, and a very powerful, very healing drugs it is. Uh, but this drug is like say a bit of a purifying healing drug, and the chanting we do, Hare Krishna chanting, and so that gentleman, he couldn't appreciate to whatever level and all, and anyways we moved on from there. So one thing is on ecstasy, na? On ecstasy, and another is in ecstasy. Yeah? Now life will should haunt us actually. Life should haunt us with this question, should it not? That we should ask ourselves, do I want to live a life on ecstasy or in ecstasy? Yeah. Similar, no? We know what makes me happy. Many don't even know what makes them happy. What to speak of keeps one happy, no? On ecstasy meaning it is short-lived only. Once the power is off, gone. The after effect shows. And in ecstasy is like, okay, mellow, sublime, more and more, more and more. A sadhaka, na, he should never be, a sadhaka should never as such contemplate how much am I advanced in Krishna consciousness, how much am I advancing, nor should he be, okay, how many rounds of chanting I do, how less I sleep, how less I eat, how much reading I do, how much and all. Wherever it comes quantification, it will spoil the show, say. We should never be towards quantification. It should be all towards like developing this quality, this obsession, this mood, this obsession towards Krishna. So never on ecstasy, in ecstasy we want. And it is this chanting, this reading, this hearing, uh, all transcendentally sweet, which will always keep us in ecstasy. Never a saturation in Krishna consciousness, never a dull moment, never a saturation in Krishna consciousness. But what we have been since eternity beaten by this bug of sense enjoyment, and fair enough, how will we humans live if there is no sense enjoyment? No? Like I jokingly say a bit, please don't mind me. And maybe I can say this for whole of at least Western Europe, rich countries like France, Germany, Italy, Spain, UK, and many others, say some others and all. Two things will, again, a bit jokingly, or if there is reality, then please check and let me know. What do you say? Two things that will make the Western Europe or Europe altogether and America and other places like crumble or stop functioning altogether. Crumble could be a strong word, but it will stop, it will make the society crumble. Two items if they are taken off from the society.
Alcohol.
Two things if taken off from the society cannot function. There is another third thing, but it is, I feel it's not that strong. But two things, or let's say three things, taken off from society, it won't function. And it's not just Europe, it's India and everywhere. See, the worldwide, the problem is same. What? Material consciousness. Lack of one's own spiritual identity, lack of understanding of Krishna, and lack of being in a loving relationship with Krishna. If I don't know who am I, who is Krishna, where's the question of loving relationship? No, not at all. And if I don't know who am I, then I'm a lost case. Physically, I might be living or existing, yeah? Or somehow living or struggling, but not thriving for sure. If I don't know who am I this body, lump of material body? Is all my attachment towards matter only, or something beyond matter, something beyond mind as well? So, two things or three things, as Karthik said, one of the thing is alcohol. So, if the pubs around, say, saying a name, Europe, if the pubs are closed, locked down, say, and another thing, football. If pubs and football are closed, no more pubs. No, suppose next day morning we wake up, there's nothing like pubs exist. There's nothing like football exists. How will leaves? Summer is great. In winters, how will people cope? Say? How will people cope? And the third thing could be politics. Third thing could be social media or politics. Say. So if this is, and so this is required also. It has a place in society. Otherwise, we cannot function. We cannot function. We need this sort of, say, depression is good, or otherwise we will go in depression actually if there's not that. But once it comes to a stage in our life again when we start a bit questioning ourselves, or someone comes us and questions us, we should be sane enough. I like this word sane, sanity. In Krishna consciousness, we follow some principles. And I say this, please tell us any spiritual practice wherein these principles are followed, and more, and more. What principles? No intoxication. So much so, no tea and no coffee. No caffeine, no tea, no coffee. What to speak of a bit of pint or lager or cider or whiskey or anything. No, no tea, coffee, no intoxication, no gambling. So much so, no stock market exchange is also not good. And no even monopoly, some other such games with fake money also. It's not good for, especially for someone practicing Krishna consciousness, or someone, someone who is finding his feet in Krishna consciousness or wanting to practice it. No intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating. No. And meat eating is very gross. No? It's very gross, meat eating. What to speak of meat eating? No onion, garlic as well. No fish, eggs, and all things. For a reason, and Vedic literature say what reasons and all. We can go a bit more in details if needed. And no illicit sex. No this thing. So any we all are spiritual practitioners, no? We all are seekers, joy seekers. We all are wanting to excel. And these four, they do not make us any saint, no, but they make us sane, for sure, for sure. They don't make even, parrots or pigeons. There are many animals, no? Cow, they don't take meat. There are many animals, vegetarian. Now, there are many animals no, don't take alcohol intoxication, and some animals haven't yet managed to go into 365betting.com. But they still don't make them saint as such. So if someone is following this, certainly doesn't make anyone a saint, but definitely will make a person sober or sane. That's a great start to begin with. And if someone is still, see, in here, the strong message is being hit, central point is being hit. What if someone could be into all or any of this? Someone could be into intoxication, meat eating, gambling, and illicit, unfair relationships, say immoral acts or whatnot, say. And yet, if one chants Hare Krishna. So this is an open question for all of us. What is the world's current population? I think Gabon knows the world's current population. Yeah, you're not that far.
8.5 billion.
8.5 billion, say, to be precise a bit. 8.5 billion, say a bit here and there. Now, in this 8.5 billion, what do you say? How many people would be following these four principles? Or
Not even 0.5.
Pip says out of 8.5 billion only, yeah, less than 8 people or 8, and Karthik says out of 8.5, only 0.5 will be fun. And
Not
actually, I
even
can
0.5.
this let's try to speak a bit on the regulations if you allow, please. Huh? So these principles now they go very deep. It's not just say me trying to practice Krishna consciousness. It shouldn't be just like, oh, I don't take onion, garlic, I don't take this. Even the way I honor the offered food. See, language is a very charming thing. Which language comes what? Culture. Yeah? Culture and lots more. Language is a very charming thing. It's a very sweet, charming thing. So devotees actually they don't eat food. Eat with comes a consciousness, a thought process. What? Okay, it's finished. It's over. And definitely they don't tuck in or they don't jump in. Again, we humans are great. Nah? Give us any good thing and we'll crash it or will break it, say. So in India also they say something with food. I'm sure in other countries cultures also. So this not it should it's not just like okay vegetarian diet or we take prasad. The thought, the consciousness, how we relish the prasad, how we honor the prasadam. In what consciousness someone serving prasadam is consciousness, na? In what mood, attitude, with what. Every time we should be in a prayerful mood, should we not? When someone is transferring prasadam from deity offering to the kitchen, from kitchen to the prasadam hall. In house, say, from deity table offering to the eating place in home or honoring place. Uh, then when we serve the food and the way we honor the prasadam, so it's that sort of consciousness, not just externally saying that, okay, yes, I'm vegetarian, that's fine. Then no intoxication. Na? In this no intoxication, even shopping is included. Is it not? Why not? Some people are a bit too, they enjoy shopping. Na? They may not be taking what alcohol, drinks, and such at a very strong gross level. But intoxication, okay, a question, how do we define intoxication, basic general? What does intoxication mean? Something that alters or degrades the state of mind. Pip says this. Karthika says which drifts you away from Krishna. And can I say all good only, all correct only. If someone really wants to know the correct definition of intoxication, if someone honestly wants to know the correct definition of intoxication, please Google. Google Maharaj will tell us what the correct definition of intoxication is. But one thing Google Maharaj or Google Swami or Google uh, monk cannot tell us. One thing is the experience of it. That thing. And this we all can go through. We all have this option, not choice given in life to go through. But we are so dull-headed, say we are after information. We crave information. We love information. We love going into Google. Okay, let me just Google this. Let me just Google this. So much so quickly, no? So, anyways, intoxication, in a way, can I say anything which takes me away from the reality? Because intoxication, as in which consumes me, which overpowers me, no? Get influenced by it and all. So it's not just like no meat, no alcohol and all these things. Even if someone is intoxicated with shopping, what is the biggest intoxication? What is the biggest intoxication? People said it. The biggest intoxication, can I say, pride is the biggest intoxication. Can it be? Pride. It's so subtle, na? So subtle. Pride is way subtler than lust. This physical, sensual, say bodily lust. Pride is more subtler than that. So pride is a big intoxication. Now at gross level, it's easy to follow perhaps. Gross level, okay, no intoxication, no drinking, all this, no meat eating and no gambling and these principles at gross level. But more at subtle level, we should be growing. We should be following and growing and asking, checking ourselves. And you see, this is why the nectar of instruction, we'll see tomorrow's instruction sublime. So, attitude depends on the attitude of the practitioner. What is our attitude in Krishna consciousness? We will go as far as our attitude allows to. You see, some birds they fly high, Some birds fly higher and all. But how? They fly as much as their wings allow to, isn't it? As much as their wings allow to. Aeroplane also, na? Some fly higher, say, as long as the wings allow to, as long as the fuel and engines allows to and all. How far can we go in Krishna consciousness? That far as much as my association allows to, or that far as much as I am taking the association of devotees. That far only. How much I am valuing, how much I am uh, craving, desiring, or this acknowledging, and even more, further more than acknowledgement, the association which I have got. That far. Once I value devotee association in which gets very condensed, then Krishna will start valuing us, or Krishna will get more serious. So we have been beaten by this bug for sense enjoyment, desires, and no harm in being happy, no harm in having a sense enjoyment. But this is a much better sense enjoyment. Na? We all might have dance. We all are actually dancing in the tune of Maya. Maya say illusion. And furthermore, we can check. We all have been dancing in the tunes of Maya or dancing to Bollywood and Hollywood songs. But now is an opportunity for us to dance in the tune of or in the flute of Krishna. And dance in Hare Krishna. Someone dancing in Kirtan, someone dancing in Rath Yatra. Such a joy, such a great. We don't know what we are getting into or exposed into. No, it's a bit of a um, it's a cult, Krishna consciousness. Let's put it straight. No idea. It's a bit of a cult, but not the cult in the sense society sees. Society sees cult means something bad, something negative. And I'm not saying there's not cult organization or cult in society. There is. Who it's very bad now. You play with someone's emotion. So harmful. Huh? You physically beat someone, that is one thing. That is also not good though. But you emotionally play with someone. It's very more gross. Na? Like, na, physical lust is one thing, but pride is so subtler. So, practicing Krishna consciousness, the subtle things na, will become very gross. The subtle things will become so magnified, huge, as devotees normally say this, na, cleaning a room internally looks okay, the hall looks decent, clean enough and everything. But when we start cleaning and all, such subtle things and all come out. So someone sincere sadhaka aspirant, someone who is a bit awakened or a bit blessed will definitely realize what? That the subtle things are becoming very gross and will haunt us, should haunt us. So, on a positive note now, coming to a bit of a positive note, say, this, what is the way out? Huh? What is the thing? The way out is this, again, translation you all can read within yourself. I'm seeing the translation actually. So, someone bitten by this jaundice of ignorance, this jaundice of sense enjoyment, we are bitten by this jaundice now of what? Racism, hatredness, call it what, many other things. Na? So much of seeing people as objects and furthermore and all. So, Prabhupada used to say this. I like of his quotes. One thing I like very much. Check it out. Let me know. Uh, People have smiling faces, but crying hearts. People have smiling faces, but crying hearts. So there is some missing link, and that is this missing link. Like we are wanting to, as a, I believe it was Archbishop of Canterbury or some saintly person had said, "What we want the kingdom of God, but without God. How is it possible? We want all fun, uh, but we don't want who is the provider or the source of that fun." Say. So we have been badly bit worldwide. Problem is same, one only. Lack of my spiritual identity, lack of my, say, understanding of who am I, material consciousness, heavily grained in material consciousness, chase after this, a bit jokingly we say, and you can see if there is reality in it. So, Google na www.google.co.uk or co.in or whatever co.com. What is www stands for? World Wide Web, right? World Wide Web. That's just external, huh? That's just external. Maybe the esoteric thing, or is what? www, we are bitten by this woman, wine, and wealth. That's the real web, actually, if you see. And again, this is something to check for myself, say, what we are after in life. No? But if we are bitten by this web, no? It's a web wherein we are caught up. Woman, wine, and wealth. Very sense enjoyment, very sense enjoyment, very sense enjoyment. So. And the way out of it is again through looking for sense enjoyment. Huh? Coming into Krishna consciousness, wanting a relief from some anxiety, some fulfillment of some inquisitiveness, or if someone is attracted towards music, the chanting, the singing, the chanting, the dancing, the food. Huh? Why not? It's such a polished food, not such a good food, such a very healthy food. So take in Krishna conscious diet. Listen to music. Everyone listens to music, na? Listen to Hare Krishna chanting. Listen to, if someone falls in love with listening to Vaishnava song. Beautiful. There's a Vaishnava song. Bol Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol, Bol Hari Bol. Maner Anand Bhai, Bol Hari Bol. Maner Anand Bhai, Bol Hari Bol. All the lyrics is not coming. गृहे थाको मने थाको बोल हरि बोल गृहे थाको बने थाको बोल हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल. We can check. I believe this is Bhakti Vinod Thakur song. He wrote this. Now bol hari bol. Now chant the holy name of Krishna. Call out the name of Krishna. Maner Ananda Bhai, Bol Hari Bol. Such a joy calling out the holy names, chanting the holy names. So we all are after music, we life. Why not try, explore, try. No one is saying that stop listening to Bollywood or Hollywood. Fine, listen, but add a bit of Krishna consciousness. Listen to Hare Krishna chanting as well. See, there's no one says stop eating. In Krishna consciousness, it's not like stop eating, no eating. Stop eating meat, no meat eating. Eat healthy vegetarian diet, and even in that, take prasad. No? That it's not like no intoxication. Take intoxication. No? Come in ecstasy, not live on ecstasy. So take what? Kirtan, na? Dance in Kirtan, listen in Kirtan, that thing. So it's not like no gambling. Gambling, it's an exercise of mind. There's exercise of mind, playing a poker or whatever. One is thinking and seeing and some moves and calculations and all. If someone wants to exercise mind, why not study scriptures, na? Study Bhagavad Gita, study Bhagavatam, study Chaitanya Chaitamrita, study Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion, Shri Upanishad. Furthermore, then study the writings of Acharyas, so many such writings, na Madhurya Kadambini, Lalita Madhav, Vidagdha Madhav, and further on. Such relish all together. Every appeal, intellectual, all sort of appeal there. Learn shlokas, chant shlokas, recite shlokas, no? So this no gambling, so like exercise of the mind and all. So we're not saying that don't exercise your mind, don't exercise your intelligence. Exercise it, but in the proper, pure Krishna conscious way. It's not like no eating. Eat, but take prasad. It's not like no intoxication, take, but chanting. And no licit or illicit, like be pure, say further on. So this thing now just coming again, 8.5 or 8.5 billion, say approximately world population, we can say more than 95% say would be doing uh, four of these things on a daily basis, or three of these things, or two of these things, or one of these things. And anyone, again we are saying, anyone, if you want to bring a fifth item to it, please bring, please share what could be that fifth. And these four are not just all, they are actually a bit some more than four, but predominantly Krishna conscious practitioners, four is what we more advocate and all. And there are more also, there are actually 64 items of regulative devotional service, again Srila Rupa Goswami states out. But if we summarize and bring a bit more, these four are the pillars, the corner pillars. Corner pillars, like in a building, the corner pillars, they hold a lot of weight and are very important. Um, so, but if someone wants to bring more, let us know. Now, someone could be following any one of these four principles, as in eating meat, say intoxications and all, any one of this, or two of this, or three of this, or four of this. So there's one person who does all four of this on a daily basis, and chants Hare Krishna for 5 minutes. Another person who does all of this on a daily basis doesn't chant any Hare Krishna. Who is better? There's one person who does all of this and chants Hare Krishna for 5 minutes. Another who does all of this, chants no Hare Krishna. Who do you think is better?
One who chants Hare Krishna is better than the other one who doesn't chant.
Gabor, you're saying something? Yes, Anuj, okay. Certainly, the one who chants, he could be into anything. He could be into anything. But we must give him the credit, that 5 minutes he chanted Hare Krishna. At least that much credit, at least that much respect and say credit must definitely be given to him. Out of 24 hours, 5 minutes he chanted, or 5 minutes he read, 5 minutes he say meditated and all. Even though 5 minutes, and may not be with deep concentration or whatever, but he did it enough for 5 minutes. So why take away that credit from him? And it is this 5 minutes is only that will take him one day what? To 24-hour in a prayerful mood, 24-hour in a compassionate mood, 24-hour in chanting. One thing, when we start doing japa on beads, we all start from where? From one round only or something. At one stage, we all were doing 0 rounds. So somewhere when we start from 0 only, begin from there. So in this Krishna consciousness, someone who is practicing will realize that his past is colorful. Everyone's past is colorful. On the surface, mainly, there may be people now who are just following, who do not indulge in any of this. But still, everyone's past is colorful by and large, by many ways. It's only when we take into the chanting of Krishna consciousness or overall spiritual practice, then we understand how far off we are from Krishna. When we take into the process, we realize, okay, how impatient am I when I take into the process? Then I realize that, look, how far off am I from Krishna? How far off am I from purity or kindness or compassion? That thing. But every little counts, Every little counts, every drop matters and all. So likewise, slowly, steadily, little bit of chanting, as it says here, is gradually destroyed at the root, gradually. So by slowly taking a bit of chanting and following the process of Krishna consciousness, uh, uh, by carefully and sincerely chanting, gradually we'll see ourselves. We can experience the difference. Why not? Again, we all have maybe danced now in weddings and Bollywood, Hollywood, and let us dance in Krishna conscious song. Let us dance in Kirtan, and we can see, experience for ourselves how we feel. Why not take on a vegetarian, vegan, or prasadam diet, and we can check for ourselves and furthermore. Now, this thing, what na by regularly, and this is how jaundice. A person when he is in jaundice, he cannot taste anything sweet. You give him anything sweet, it tastes bitter, right? It tastes sour. But what is the way? Because the tongue, the taste, sense of taste doesn't work. But by following precautions, taking medicines, period of time, and whatnot, furthermore, say, by that sweet real relish will come about. By tasting again and again, that sweet will come about. Likewise, when we chant, more and more, more and more, more and more, then naturally a relish will awaken, a natural relish. When we read more, when we listen more, when we hear more. Now, there is this thing. We all have went to school, college, uni. So we all went into school. Now we might have studied different languages, but one thing sure we would have gone through in school. One could have studied maybe Brazil, maybe another part, Hungary, very different, no? Very distance wise and all, or any place. We all would have gone to school. But one class we definitely would have gone in schools, which is what? Handwriting class. Right? Now A B C D or Hindi ka kha ga ga 1 2 3 4 or different languages. What? We never knew how to write A. No. Teacher or mom, someone held our hand, right? And taught us this is A, this is how it is written and all. And tell us any student, anyone, do you think once told he wrote A, B, C, D, and that's it? And next thing, tell me sentences now, tell me words now, tell me more. No? We all went through handwriting practice. Then what? Some letter constructions, words construction, sentences, no? Practice, no? So much practice. It's required. It's very much essential, very much required. Practice makes a man perfect, no? Huh? So by practicing, and this is what Rupa Goswami is telling us, advising here in this particular shloka, say that by regularly practicing, uh, naturally one day, naturally a natural relish will awaken, and this is the process of Krishna consciousness, wherein one naturally finds his affinity in Krishna consciousness. One of our dear friend was asking a couple of days ago that how or when do you know, or when does one know that he or she has become a devotee? I feel it's very hard to pinpoint a particular moment, as in actually 6th of April 2023, 5 p.m. 12 seconds. I realized that I become a devotee. It's very difficult, I suppose, to pinpoint like that. We all are devotee in the process. We all are becoming devotee. We all are, our bodily cells change every few years, they change. Every few months, they change. Every few days, they change. Even minutes, hours, seconds, and all. So it's like change. Likewise, we all are kind of in the path of becoming a devotee or progressing, as long as we are taking this devotee association. So someone goes into school, college, uni, what he's practicing, so no one knows ABC from the beginning. No one learns it from one's mother's womb, say. In the sense, past in Krishna consciousness will can hold no strong relevance. Past will be there. We all have a past, but it need not hold a strong relevance when we protect our present moment with good attitude, with good association. And practice is the key. In school, college, writing. Now, many drive bikes, cars also say, while riding a bike, maybe motorbike or a pedal bike. You know, first what? Balance learning, balance holding the say the uh, handles and all. And once he's fine tuned or anything, what? How does he ride? Both hands free, na? Huh? Both hands free and rides and what? Whistling, singing, humming, both hands free. So what? But likewise, now when we chant now, one day we'll find a natural relish. One day we will find an absorption. One day we'll find. Irony is how much we do against say football or anything which is not directly or say Krishna consciousness. How much we do it. That natural, even if we find that rational relish, what is awaiting for us? Death. 6 feet of land is awaiting. Fire is awaiting, or earth is awaiting, or water, or jackal, or some wild animals is awaiting to take away the body. Even if one finds so much of fascination or affinity towards sports, politics, and whatnot. Uh, so, no real deal there, channelizing one's energy. One should honestly channelize one's energy in exploring Krishna consciousness. What is the harm? What is there to be lost? And we never know, we might find gold. We might find real happiness, real joy. So this handwriting say, now take this another thing. By the way, maybe I feel like I'm talking a lot. Any questions, comments, or clarifications? And anytime can ask or say something, or if someone wants to add something. Otherwise, I can still go on. So Olympics, there are many sports and games in Olympics now. Some of them I find it weird. Some of them I find it a bit weird, but uh, this is again a uniqueness. Krishna loves us so much, he gives us variety. So much variety now. Someone's desire could be to go in an Olympics and a slow walk or some sort of game and participate. Why not? Krishna never, beauty in Krishna consciousness, Krishna never kills anyone's desires or suppresses, and it's not good as well as such to suppress someone's desires. In a way, it's good, say something, but Krishna never as such kills one's desire. But what he does is he purifies the desire. He lets us come through the desire. He lets us rise above the desire. And that way the desire is automatically killed when we rise above the desires. So in Olympics, there are many sports, many games. Na? Any favorite sport or any game if you want to call out or say in Olympics? Yeah, Pip likes gymnastics. He actually done gymnastics also. Table tennis. And what? This athlete sports, many athlete games, na? Swimming and many things. So some games, let's see, long jump, high jump, and shot put, this, and archery, and lawn tennis and many others and all. Yeah. Now let's pick some. Say now, maybe say archery or long jump, short jump, this high jump. Olympics comes for once in 4 years. Winter Olympics, I think, once in 2 years. There's something European Olympics also, or something once in 2 years or whatever. But someone practicing for Olympics and say someone playing, yeah, let's take this darts. So this game of darts. Now, how long does the game of darts go? Someone participating in that game of dart, how long time is he given? 1 hour? 30 minutes? Maybe 5 minutes or 2 minutes now. Come on the stage. Now is your time. Okay. I don't know the rules. Someone can check, but I won't be very off if I'm saying this. Okay, pick some of the darts, some particular colors, and okay, so take your aim. Doesn't take long, no? And the next round, if you're qualified, you go to the next round. Otherwise, sorry, thank you for participating. Better luck next time. It was nice meeting you, and on you go. And if someone qualifies further, now imagine Olympics, the 4-year one, the proper Olympics, and dart game. Fascinating, isn't it? Dart game, and now fight for what? Bronze, silver, and gold. Huh? Now someone is there. He has to aim. I don't know. I think they get 3 chances or 3 things, maybe more or something, but let's say 3. See what could be going in the player's mind at that time. What emotions, what thoughts, what consciousness. Just imagine, just see. He has come all the way to the final. Bronze, silver, gold. Yeah. Glory is separating him, what? For 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, it could be a glorious time. So now he has picked it up and okay, 3 times he has done whatever the score came and all. Now this throwing it 3 times, maybe I don't think so. It will be any more than 2 minutes, right? Fair to say, it won't be any. But in order to hit the right spot, hit the bullseye, they say, hit the bullseye. How much practice did he do? How much practice did he do? For 4 years now, he would have practiced. Many sports person, athletes and all, na, once the Olympic is over, within 6 minutes, 6 months, not 6 minutes, sorry, within 6 months or within a month too, some may be a bit long, some may be a bit less, but they go back into that training and they never come out of the training, or they are advised to not come out of the training. Continuously keep on training. If you're not playing hockey, Wimbledon and all, still do gym, do exercise, be fit, and strategize and think. Sometimes take time off, don't think. Sometimes, think on all this. So archery, dart, long jump. Someone has to jump now. Long jump. That long jump could really become a real long jump in life for that person. The longest jump for him of the life. Not high jump. Could become the highest jump for him or her for the life. No? Now, at that time, how does one prepare? So practice is the key. Matters so much. When we train ourselves, when we practice ourselves, when the call of duty comes, it would be coming naturally. It should come naturally. And if we have practiced ourselves very nicely, actually, because we are not trained, I feel like, okay, someone throwing a dart, how will he feel? But actually, one who has practiced very nicely with good attitude, with solid, proper attitude, good consciousness and all, he will be waiting. When does the day come? When does the final come? When do I go and throw the dart? When do I aim? When do I go swimming? When do I go for the long jump, high jump, or gymnastics or table tennis or what? No? They would be waiting. Likewise, a spiritual practitioner, a sadhaka, he should be waiting for what? Meeting death. Meeting death eye to eye, face to face. The glorious moment for a sadhaka is death. Just like the glorious moment for an Olympic practitioner's sports is going into Olympics. You see, when someone gets a call, there's a person, Eddie the Murphy or Murphy, Eddie only, right? I don't know if it's Eddie Murphy or if I'm mixing two personalities. So there's this British person, popularly he became then known as Eddie the Eagle. And what sport was that? Diving?
No, it was ski jumping. I think.
Ski jumping, yeah. And he so much wanted to participate in Olympics. He badly wanted to participate in Olympics. Huh? Eddie, I'm struggling to remember his full name, but I think he became later on popularly known as Eddie the Eagle. And this is somewhere in 60s. mid-60s, if I'm getting a bit correct in my memory. So Eddie, he was very much wanting to participate in the Olympics, to get his name in Olympics, and to represent Great Britain, to represent UK, and he tried a lot hard. And the problem thing with him was, externally speaking, physically he had some disability, and a bit say mentally also say he had some disability. But you know, the best thing in him was what? Something called as grit. Grit. What does grit mean? Perseverance, determination, obstinacy. What does obstinacy mean? Obstinate. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to have a, but you know, language is a very charming, and these they bring out the emotion. So I felt like Eddie, and as Phil said in 1988. So Eddie, I felt, and he had this grit. He had this determination. He had this real determination, real enthusiasm, real obstinacy, in a way adamancy, for good thing. So he wanted that. People were telling him, Eddie, some were mocking fun of him, some were telling him, Eddie, this is not for you. His parents were doubting him, say, and all, take another thing and all. But he wanted to go in Olympics. He knew he couldn't go in, say, boxing in Olympics. He knew he couldn't go in table tennis or Wimbledon lawn tennis in Olympics. He got to know, again, what was that sports? Ski jumping. He got to know that there is opportunity in ski jumping to represent Great Britain, because from Great Britain no one has qualified for ski jumping, no one has nominated or participated. Also, he got to know that under British regulations and even maybe Olympics regulations, 59-meter or something was the qualification required. If someone can ski jump 59 meters or something, then yes, fine. So he said, this is something I can push for. This is something I can. And he prepared himself. He prepared himself for it. And the grit, the determination, he traveled a bit, somehow saved money, and furthermore and all, and he reached to the spot. Somehow he qualified himself. And anyways, to cut the message bring out of it, he actually represented Great Britain in Olympics. He represented. There were many teams, Sweden and many other teams and all from world. He represented. He was the UK, Great Britain first time participating in this ski jumping for the first time, and many other countries he represented. And the whole time the buzz, what? All the eyes were on Eddie, because they knew of his story by then. The media knew of his story by then, that how miserable will he do or not, and he struck a chord with the audience. Anyways, and that, see, there's one world champion and Eddie, but world champion is not getting much um, recognition, say perhaps, and Eddie is getting so much recognition. The point I'm trying to help myself understand is this this sheer grit, this sheer determination, this sheer obstinacy. Eddie was dying to go into the ski jumping, although he was hurt, injured, and all. And if you go at the top and see that, it's like seeing that jumping from a mountain, sort of the view. It's so steep, so steep, and ice and whatnot and everything. So it's not, but he trained for it. More than training, also he had the desire. He really had the desire. He really had the willingness, and furthermore, whatever comes. Likewise, in Krishna consciousness, as we say, if one can find his, we know this game, board game of Ludo. No, Gabor, there's a board game, Ludo. If one, snake and ladder, and some board game, if someone can find his absorption in playing snake and ladder in Ludo, certainly one can find his absorption in chanting Hare Krishna. Definitely. And when we chant more, we will be called by the chanting ourselves, wanting to chant more. And this is not doing good, more japa and all. We will find our love in japa, our love in reading, hearing, chanting. Some things, there's again an English saying, I like it personally again. All things are difficult before they are easy. You know, all things are difficult before they are easy. Ask a child to write A, B, C, D. For him, was it easy? No clue as well. No? But now we can, with closed eyes, we can write, can we not? With closed eyes. Yeah. So all things are difficult before they are easy. Practice is required. Some determination, some conviction, a bit of desire. May not have a strong desire, may not have a strong determination. But if we are in the right company, na? If we are in the company of pure saintly people who do not have an ulterior motive, who are not dishonest, who do not want to cheat, who are pure at heart, then yes, we'll find deeper and deeper relish, deeper and deeper insights in the practice of Krishna consciousness. Someone who is a student, he is waiting for examination. Someone who is into sports is waiting for the sports. Someone who is into music is waiting to perform live on stage, na, in music and all. Likewise, the spiritual practitioner, a sadhaka, is actually waiting to die. Is wanting to die, waiting to die, to give up this material body, and die to live a life of eternity in joy altogether. We die to live eternally, not live to die. The choice is in our hands. What do we want? Do we want to live in a way that at the end death, or do we want to glorify that? So Rupa Goswami here, these instructions, these teachings, this overall practice of Krishna consciousness, na? This should hit us on the face. Literally, it should hit us on the face. So much of inspiration for us to take. All things are difficult before they are easy. There's another common popular English saying, we all know what. Please kindly help. Rome was not built in a day. No? Rome was not built in a day. No one please ask me in how many days was it built. In how many days was it built? That is not the question also. Is that the question, in how many days was Rome built? How does it matter? 5 days, 5 years, 50 years? No? Thing is, it was not built in a day. So have patience. Continue. Relish the journey. Relish the process of Krishna consciousness. Relish the practice. As long as we have made a start. That's it. Only that much is required. So Krishna is saying, wow. Satyat Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapa Vidya, Srila Rupa Goswami saying. Syat Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapa Vidya, Pito Patapta Rasanasya Narochikanu, Kintu Adaradhanudinam Kalyu Seva Justa, Swadvikrmad Bhavati Tadagadamulahantri. One day this disease at the root will be destroyed altogether. One day, surely. One day it will be destroyed. Now the whole process of Krishna consciousness, the sadhu sangh, this devotee association, is to make us hungry. Hungry. We experience hunger 3 times a day, or maybe more than 3 times a day and all. But the real hunger is to develop a hunger for God, for Krishna, for... That is the real hunger. And through these instructions, when we chant, when we listen, we would want to chant. Okay, some scattered thoughts, rough thoughts. Kindly thank you for your patience and tolerating. Hopefully, we be more a bit more, constructive or what, and pray that we tomorrow's text date we bring our heart out more and more in this instructions. And yeah, thank you for your kind patience and encouragement and tolerance. And any other thoughts, questions, or comments? Yes, Nikhil. Clarification.
Hare Krishna. So my question is whether this happiness is our choice or it's an effect.
Whether what?
This happiness is
Happiness, is this our choice or is it an effect? Huh? Happiness definitely is a choice. No, we have a choice to be happy or not happy. We have a choice to be morose or not morose. It seems when we are so very nice question. It seems it actually not seems it hits us when we are so caught up in illusion, bewilderment. We struggle to analyze things many times. No, in life we struggle to analyze, so we don't know are we happy or sad or what's happening, what's not happening, and how to deal. But happiness, it's a choice. No, it's a proactive thing, it's a proactive choice. We always have a choice. But thing is, like a general example, someone who is say someone who is into too much of nicotine intake. Now, if one is already so much consumed by nicotine, where will he have any physical strength, say, to do something? No? Likewise, if we are too worldly attached, if we are too distracted in life and further on and all, then we will struggle to make the right choice. We'll struggle to have that real happiness. This is why the real divine intervention is devotee intervention. When a devotee enters in our life, doesn't matter whatever my present situation is. Present is because of the past, so I could be into any sort of things. But when a devotee, predominantly a devotee enters my life, then the present can be changed and the future can become sublime. And the cause and effect in this happiness is so strong, just like lightning. We don't know, one doesn't know where does lightning come from and where does it go next. Huh? Doesn't know. Likewise, this cause and effect in Krishna, in of happiness in Krishna consciousness, is so strong that it's hard to say, okay, what is the cause or what is the effect, say. So chanting Hare Krishna, we will become happy. The cause of this is happiness, and the effect of this is also happiness. And the real cause is this Mahat Sangh, or association of a realized pure devotee. Through his prayers, then wonders, miracles will happen in our life. And human life is to experience miracles, to live by miracles altogether. Does this somewhat answer your question? We all have a choice, in the things we choose in the lifestyle and furthermore and all. But when we are too consumed, we get into depression mode, and we struggle to even theoretically check, understand what is the right choice, what to speak of, making the right choice. But it is a conscious thing. It's a proactive, conscious thing, and lots more, furthermore on it. And see, one thing is just on this happiness. One short note won't take much of your time. Say, one thing is I become happy when I have this. I want this. This will make me happy. Take this as a question as well, perhaps. Hopefully, I put it fine. One thing is once I get this, say, phone or I will be happy. I want this and I will be happy. And another thing is what I get. So with gifts, I want this as a gift and I will be happy. And I get this as a gift and I'll be happy. Which is better? Which is better? Or in a bit maybe rephrased in a better pure polished way. I like what I want or I like what I get. This somewhat ties in with your question. I like what I want. I like this dress. I like this top. I like this phone. I like this car. I want this. This will make me happy. I like this present. And oh, I like what I get. When we start liking what I get now, then we are coming to terms with reality or acceptance. That is what when we are coming to a zone of contentment or satisfaction. And from there, life can begin. But if I'm hung up in, oh, I like what I want, this is what I want and I like, if I have it, I will be happy, then we are opening a different world altogether, a very dangerous world for ourselves. We won't always get what we want. No? But at least I must like what I, yeah. Or even if I struggle to like, let me not dislike, let me not hate. No? Okay. Okay, we meet up tomorrow. Yes, Nikhil, any other thing?
Yes, so I have one more question. Uh, as I asked before, like, what's the difference between a plan, some planning and procrastination? Like,
So, question is, not sure if everyone is not able to hear, says I will just repeat the question. What is the difference between planning and procrastination? Procrastination is like delaying, na? Planning and not executing, but at least planning, na? So that much credit should be given. Na? Children or maybe make plan, na, mommy, I will study like this, I will do like this. Doesn't do anything, but at least give him the credit that I planned actually. Na? And then what? Not executing is like delaying, and procrastination. Procrastination is a sign of ignorance. Delaying someone is sign of laziness, and someone who is lazy. Next is what? Crazy. Next to lazy is crazy. So check this. So procrastination is a sign of ignorance. Procrastination is a sign of laziness. Procrastination then is a sign of craziness. Procrastination is like having a disease and letting it grow and grow. And we are procrastinating our Krishna consciousness. We are. We humans, we love to beat about the bush. We don't like actually going, and we find it difficult. If someone sadhu, a devotee, a monk, someone hits us in the soft corner, no? We don't generally like it. It may pinch a bit, it may hurt a bit. So that's like procrastination or this sort of delaying thing or in Krishna consciousness and planning also na, in Krishna consciousness is a bit of an interesting thing. Should I plan in Krishna consciousness or should I not plan? Planning is good. Planning should be done. Planning in a way, okay, some personal desire, some motivation, some vision, some inspiration, and something. Planning is good, but as long as I'm not involved in the result. This is like there's this another saying, na? What is the way to make God laugh? Share your plan. Tell your plan to God and God will laugh. Something like that. They say, no? Tell your plan to God and it's like making him laugh. Of course, that is true. When I say God, I plan to become a doctor, I plan to become a lawyer, I plan to become this, I will do this, I will do that and all. I plan to live for 80, 90 years. What not, no? But this is when we go with this result and when God is actually not involved in the equation. But when we say Krishna conscious planning, why don't we want to plan our studies? We do want to plan our studies, our college, uni, our work. How do we work in a way that we manage work and Krishna consciousness and dovetail everything? Do we not? Rath Yatra festival and all. Do we not plan? No? So we plan everything for Krishna. When this element now for Krishna comes about, then planning is good. And we are not hung up to that plan also. Hung up in the sense we execute, we make efforts and all, but we should not be disturbed by the result of it. We should not be disturbed by the outcome of it. Because if we are disturbed by the result or outcome of it, it's not at all healthy. No? We want Krishna to be the real owner. No? So whatever he gives, planning is demonstrating our desire from our side. Yes, I mean it. Just and that much Krishna wants. Now, see, love is a relationship. Love is it's a very sacred, very pure relationship. Friendship, husband, wife, and this relationship. Now see this in our love towards Krishna. What we should show him that Krishna, this is how I plan. This is my plan. I plan to go to bed on time today. I plan to wake up early tomorrow. But if I don't even plan anything, how do I just become like that? No? So we plan, we should be planning from our side to express our some determination, some sincerity. And Krishna will fulfill the desires as he likes, as he pleases. Otherwise, like, do we plan to attain direct darshan of Krishna? Maybe. No, we do plan. No? Now it is up to him when he wants to reveal to us. Does this somewhat answer your question? Okay, thank you very much again for your kind attention. We continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Hopefully, come tomorrow.